The obligatory post-game interview after a hard-fought NBA game can go one of two ways. Either the players are having a good time and giving great information to the press to be printed in the papers and quoted on SportsCenter, or the media is butting heads with the players, making the whole thing awkward for everyone. One thing that will get you on a player's bad side real quick in this situation is to ask a flat-out stupid question. Might even earn you an insult or a walkout. So today we're going to see NBA reporters asking dumb questions. LeBron James. LeBron James is often the recipient of terrible questions from the media. Perhaps these reporters are starstruck and don't know what to say. Or maybe they are just generally bad questionnaires. But luckily for us, King James' responses to horrible questions are priceless. Here are a few to enjoy. Twitter. So for someone as serious as LeBron, probably not a good idea to go probing them for a comment on their social media activity. King James rightfully gives this question about unfollowing the Cavs on Twitter zero attention.
Mr. Why did you do that, or what would go into that?
Next question.
Something you can take forward to the next game.
I'm done.
LeBron Wade. LeBron appears in this press conference with his Miami teammate Dwayne Wade. Pair of basketball phenoms is asked a question by a reporter akin to, "When did you stop beating your wife?" LeBron, not surprisingly, isn't interested in fielding this one and defers to his teammate to answer for the lackluster defense and lackluster offense. Mark Schwartz. And there's the saga of Mark Schwartz. Schwartz has a reputation for asking pretty terrible questions of NBA players, but it seems like he saves the silliest ones for LeBron. Let's just watch.
Last question.
LeBron, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. From listening to everybody's reaction to the play at the end with JR getting the rebound, there's still confusion about whether JR thought the game was tied or whether he thought you guys were ahead. From where you stood on the court and from talking to him after the play, what's your reaction to it? What's your version?
What do you mean, what's my version? I thought we were all aware of what was going on. That's my view. So I don't know what JR was thinking. I don't know the question you're trying to ask.
I was just trying to see if you knew exactly what his state of mind was. Did he think that you guys had it won, or did he think he was trying to make a play? Not sure. Did you know if he knew the score?
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Kyrie. You know what pressing issue needs to be brought up with an NBA All-Star? The flat earth theory. At least that's what happened to Kyrie Irving after he had happened to mention what he thought about the shape of the planet. Talk about irrelevant.
With the flat Earth thing, is that something that you truly believe?
Does it matter?
Yeah.
For what? Whether I think the world is flat or whether I think the world is round, I believe what I believe.
Kyrie again. Kyrie has yet another weird encounter with a reporter who asks about his relationship with LeBron as some sort of father parental figure or something. What the heck is she talking about? Kyrie is just as confused as the rest of us and has to take a second to gather himself before detouring this one into complimenting LeBron on his influential leadership on the basketball team. Well played, Kyrie.
So what type of parental role has he played for you and your teammates, LeBron?
Oh, okay. So parental role. Honestly, I'm he's. I don't know how to really answer that question. He's been a great leader for us.
Steph Curry squatting. This reporter is dying to dig into a super specific moment from an intense game in which Steph Curry apparently squatted. While he thinks it's a big deal, Curry doesn't seem to know what he's talking about, and Kevin Durant can only encourage this reporter to be better.
When one of them got the technical, it looked like you squatted down, and were you just stretching there, and what did Richard Jefferson say to you?
You serious right now?
You gotta be better.
People are curious.
Come on now, man. This is crazy.
You gotta be better than that.
Rodman Prince Albert. Graham Bessinger is a very respectable interviewer. His show In Depth is one of the best sports interview formats out there in my humble opinion. His interview with Dennis Rodman is excellent. It's clear that the straight-laced Bessinger is way out of his comfort zone when they start talking tattoos, piercings, and the infamous Rodman hair. So the giggling interviewer first asks Dennis how many tattoos he has. Stupid question. Rodman clearly has no idea. Too many to count, so he just says, a lot. Bessinger then needs to know how many piercings he has. Same answer. But then the pierced elephant in the room, if you will, comes up and they must talk about Prince Albert. Needless to say, things get a little awkward.
How many tattoos do you have?
A lot.
How about how many piercings?
I used to have a lot.
Did you really get your scrotum pierced?
Mm-hmm.
What was the...
Honorable mention, Bobby Knight. All right, this one's not from the NBA, but it's just too priceless to leave out, so here we go. The infamous Indiana basketball coach, Bobby Knight, is a man of many talents. He gets tossed. He throws chairs.
Steve Reed, an excellent free throw shooter, will have the honors shooting the technicals. Looky here. Bobby Knight just threw his chair.
And if there's one thing Coach Bobby Knight is completely unafraid to do, it's drop F-bombs.
Let me ask you something. Let's just start all this again. Now, I'm not here to argue the thing with you. I'm not going to debate things with you people from television. You know, you want an answer from me, you get the answer. You don't like the answer, then don't use the program, okay?
When it comes to reporters, Bob Knight, not surprisingly, pulls no punches. When asked by the media to predict the future, the legendary coach turns his water glass into a crystal ball and does a complete fortune-telling. Once he finished the act, the questioner, who's either ignorant or wants to give Knight a chance to keep putting on the show, asks him to predict the future yet again, which he gladly does. A guy named Steve Alford played for Knight at Indiana in the 1980s. He led the team to a championship and went on to be a coach himself, and credited much of his success to having played for Knight. But shortly after graduating, Alford wrote a book about his time at IU. And whether it's true or not, the media ran wild with a story that a rift had formed between Knight and Alford over the book. Let's hear what Coach Knight had to say about that.
Let me answer that. You know, that is an absolute crock of You know, you people in the news.
Whoopsie. Now behold.
Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook has been the unfortunate recipient of many a horrible question from NBA reporters. So much so that Russell seems to have adopted a vicious skepticism, meeting questions from the press with immediate disdain. Simply put, Westbrook suffers no fools. What? In this first showdown between Westbrook and the media, he's asked if his team lost or the Jazz won. Now, the reporter, who gets very little credit for this question, was attempting to ask Russell if his team had let victory slip from their hands or if the Utah Jazz had just outplayed them. Whether it was the phrasing or maybe the reporter's past interactions with Russell, something compelled Westbrook to have none of this funny business, and he will be taking his ball and going home.
Russ, did you guys lose this game or did the Jazz win this one?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. I'm tripping.
Execution. In this interesting example, Russell meets a series of questions with the same answer, citing good execution. Following one of the best games of his career, one might expect Westbrook to be in a better mood. But sensing the tension, one unfortunate reporter asks if something is bothering him. Westbrook strays from his resounding execution answer only long enough to tell the reporter that he's upset because he doesn't like him. Ouch.
You did on passing the rock. Oh, we did a good job executing.
Are you upset with something?
You really upset. I just don't like you.
You don't?
No.
Next question. And here Russell Westbrook has just had enough. I personally don't think there's a reporter in the world who could have asked him a worthy question in this moment as he passes up one reporter after another.
Trying to play against his old pals.
Next question.
The tone of this game.
Next question.
Nervous reporter. Westbrook's reputation for being short-tempered with the media has this reporter shaking in his little reporter boots. He's so overwhelmed by the potential for this press conference to descend into chaos that he can't get the words out and has to pass.
Russ, you've had multiple players come out. I'm sorry, I'm so nervous. Let me come back.
Well, that was a bunch of really dumb questions. But come on, in the heat of the moment, could you have done any better? If you had 30 seconds with LeBron James, what would you ask? And do you think you could hold it together knowing that a slip-up could land you an appearance in a video like this? Enough with the hypotheticals. Just subscribe to Hoop Hustlers to keep the action coming your way. And until next time, keep hustling.